A storm makes landfall. It begins to weaken. A tropical system makes landfall. It begins to weaken. Remember, just a few days ago, it was setting records in the Atlantic, 180, 185, 190 miles an hour sustained winds. Now winds are down to 110, and that's only in the core of the storm. And that's what has us a little concerned, more than a little concerned. That's what has us concerned as we go into the late night, overnight, and wee early morning hours as we watch this area. This is the northern wall, but as it starts to continue to move inland, it just becomes the core, the center of rotation, and that core of the storm, as it continues to the north, may impact areas in Polk County, Sumter County, could even be western Lake County, Marion, Alachua counties, Levy counties, Suwannee River Valley. We're just going to have to watch this area. We will see widespread tropical storm force sustained winds beginning now all the way through the midnight hour, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for central Florida. But the hurricane force winds are confined right here with that core of wind maxima that made landfall earlier, the center of circulation where Daryl Nail was in Naples, Florida. The other risk that we continue to see, we have Doppler velocity right now, are these just rotating cells as they continue to come on in across central Florida from the Atlantic Ocean. We do have a new tornado warning for southern Brevard County. This cell right here, put it back into motion right here over Sebastian Inlet as it comes on into play. So once again, Melbourne, Palm Bay, Indy Atlantic, Satellite Beach, Cocoa Beach, even up towards Port Canaveral, Titusville, and even into Volusia County, southern Volusia County right now, and then even west of the St. Johns River. We've been watching some of these velocities in Seminole County. Again, just a lot of rotation in the atmosphere. And what happened earlier, these storms can rotate, wrap up real quickly, put a tornado down, and then within 5 minutes lose their rotation. And that's what happened earlier today with the tornado that hit the trailer park in Brevard County and caused 6 trailers to be completely damaged or destroyed. Outside right now, temperatures in the 70s. The other big concern, the rain. I do want to show you this. Reason I'm showing you the temperatures, 73 here. Temperatures in Atlanta and Charlotte are in the 60s. And then if we factor in the moisture or the dew points, how bone dry the atmosphere is. Think about it. Here we are. It's September the 10th. Fall is in the air. Dry air just to our north is coming in on the backside of IRMA. We have not just wind shear, but we have dry air and land interaction that's going to continue to weaken IRMA. The problem is it's not going to weaken IRMA a whole lot before that core gets to somewhere in central Florida. Again, the other big story, well, so many stories with IRMA, the rainfall. Already in the last 24 hours now, over 4 inches of rain has fallen in Sanford, Seminole County. Almost 3 inches in Orange County. Same thing in Osceola County. Same thing in Volusia County. 5.5 inches of rain have now fallen over towards Canaveral and Titusville. 4 inches of rain in Gainesville. And so once again, as Glenn mentioned a little while ago, some folks, we could easily see another 12 inches of rain in some spots. I would say especially anywhere from Orlando and the St. Johns River to the east. So please, please just keep an eye out for some localized flooding. Temperatures are in the 70s right now. The winds, another big story. And Brian mentioned it. He's in Volusia County saying how tropical storm force sustained winds in some parts of Volusia County have closed the bridges. And so 32-mile-an-hour sustained winds in Daytona out of the northeast, 18-mile-an-hour sustained winds in Sanford, Seminole County, 24 Orlando, 28 in Kissimmee. No reports in Brevard County right now, more than likely close, if not higher, than we're in Daytona Beach. And the gusts, we told you the gusts would be roughly 20 miles an hour faster than the sustained winds, and that's typical of a landfalling tropical system. These gusts will actually go up. These are the speeds we expect to see more than likely as we head into the midnight hour between, let's go, 8 o'clock and 2 o'clock this morning, where we could be seeing sustained winds in the 40s and 50s with gusts even higher than that. And that's why we'll continue to see trees down, power lines down, a lot of branches down, but those are things we can recover from. Thankfully, we weren't in the bullseye of the storm like Naples was with the storm surge. That's going to continue to make news as we go through the evening, overnight, and tomorrow time frame. Here we we are, 9 o'clock tonight, widespread, very heavy squalls across all of central Florida. And you can see that tropical storm force, sustained winds through all of central Florida. But it's this core right here that we're going to have to watch the precise location. That core might be 10, 15, 20 miles in diameter, but we're going to have to watch that because that's where we forecast the strongest winds in the overnight hours. And you can see by midnight, real quick, look at this. Here we are, 12:30 at night, a lot of clearing skies coming in from the south, and that just means once we get to 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning, we will start to see some improving conditions. It will still be windy, but we're going to start to lose some of the rain, and that's some good news. As we go into the 5 o'clock time frame, widespread better conditions across central Florida still. The winds coming out of the south, but most of the rain gone because the system is being sheared apart, pulling in dry air and interacting with the land. But even still at 5 in the morning, that core, right now, we have it mapped right over the mouth of the Suwannee River into the Suwannee River Valley, talking about Levy County, Dixie County, Gilchrist County, maybe even into Live Oak, Suwannee County, or even possibly western Marion, western Alachua County, and that's why we have to keep an eye on the system. So once again, Hurricane Irma made landfall earlier today. First off, in the western Keys and the central Keys. Second landfall just a couple of hours ago in Naples and Marco Island in southwest Florida. We will continue to watch Hurricane Irma and her impacts in central Florida. For now,